We know that the Rebbe had everyone on his mind. He knew their names, their mother's names, whether you're a Karen or a Levi, and all other details. So I want to give just a few examples from my wife's family. My father-in-law, Rabbi Liebermans, had a brother, his name was Ram Shia, and he lived in Eretz Yisrael. At one point, he came to America because he was printing the Imre Noyam, the Sefer Imre Noyam, and he did other things in business that he was doing. So when he was here, he went into Yechidus. That was a time when my brothers-in-law were very small kids. Years later, about 8 years later, when my brother-in-law Chaim Meir became Bar Mitzvah, so the family went into Yechidus. So when they went into Yechidus, the Rebbe put up his hand on the table as if to give Shalom Aleichem to my Shver. So my Shver says to the Rebbe, I understand, as Megitnit, I understand that we don't give. So the Rebbe smiled. But then the Rebbe asked him, Vos macht ayer Bruder in Eretz Yisrael? The Rebbe remembered that his brother was there, which was 8 years before. Another time, when my brother-in-law Yankel was about 7 or 8, maybe 9, in the middle of the night, he had appendix attack. So middle of the night, they called to Rabbi Chadakov, that's the Rebbe for a brocha. So Rabbi Chadakov called back and said over a brocha from the Rebbe, but the Rebbe said, Dachtzich Hazer is a Levi. I think he's a Levi, because when they wrote in the name, they didn't mention he's a Levi. So the Rebbe said, Dachtzich Hazer is a Levi. Another time, the Rabbi Chadakov called the house, my in-law's house, and he said he wants to speak to my wife's grandmother. Her name was Esther Bailey Liss. And she got on the phone. He said that the Rebbe wants to know Vozi Macht. He wants to know how she's feeling. And he said because he didn't receive any letters from her for a while. So he was interested to see why didn't he receive any letters. He wanted to know how she's feeling. So here we see how the Rebbe was interested and remembered every person that was shayches. A grandmother, could be it's even more than that, because she had a shayches to the Rebbe's mother. Because when they escaped from Russia with Polish passports, my wife's grandmother and her mother, my shviger, helped a lot because they were the only ones that were able to speak Polish, and no one else was, so she helped a lot. But one of the people that she helped was the Rebbe's mother. And because of that, the Rebbe had a very, very special hakaras hatov to her. And could be that's why especially he called. But even without that, the Rebbe was interested in everybody and remembered whether you're a Levi and you have a brother and all the other details as we see in these few little stories.